right, guys, welcome back to another video by Cole Smith. So on my channel, if you don't know, I do a lot of different BI tutorials. So that could be on Python, that could be on Tableau, SQL. I'll probably start doing Power BI videos soon, AWS videos. So if you have any questions, let me know. But I just try to cover everything, new things that I'm learning and going over that. So I think recently, maybe Friday, Tableau came out with 2023.2 with some great new features. I'll put the link in the description box so you can go see all those features. One of those features I thought was pretty cool was the unified tooltips. So today I want to go over that. So let me go ahead and share my screen and kind of go over what and show you from Tableau's perspective how they explain what it is. And then I'm gonna pull up like an older version of Tableau, which I think is like 2022.4 versus this version, and kind of show you the differences. So let's go ahead and let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, cool. All right, so it says unified tooltip. So it says get more context from your in-shelf pills with new tooltips. Unified tooltips combine up to 6 previous tooltips into one that prioritizes information based on relevance. So get the field name, the table calc details, and field comments in a single space. Any error messages or filters, information now displays in the tooltip. The unified tooltip is now available pills on all shelves. So as you see the slide going through, basically, like it says, it just pretty much combines different attributes about a given measure or dimension. And not just the attribute about it, but how it's actually being used in Tableau currently on that sheet that you're looking at, or even across sheets, and it puts it all in one tooltip. So as you move it around from shelf to shelf, so let's say you go on the columns, you go on the rows, you go on the filters, it's going to keep that same consistency based on how you're using it, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just pull up some examples and just show you how it looks. And I'll explain to you why, and I'll explain to you as I'm going through it why I think it's a great idea or some use cases. Because it's something that when I looked over, it's something that I didn't think was going to be. It was something that I didn't necessarily like. I never really thought about that being something like an issue, but once I played around with it, I was like, okay, I could see some use out of it, especially if I'm like a new person to Tableau. All right, so I'm using the Superstore data set. So I'm going to go ahead and pull over orders. And I'm going to actually bring in 2 data sources because I want to show you how it looks for blending when you try to blend 2 data sources too. So let me add that and then get the people one. Okay, cool. All right, so then let me pull up the other one because I have on my 22.4, which I need to update that. Let's pull that up as well. All right, cool. Okay, so let's pull this up as well. And don't forget, guys, please comment, like, subscribe, and share this content. I definitely want to get out to as many people as I can and keep providing value. If you have any videos or anything that you want me to go over, please comment down below, and I'll get to it as quickly as possible. All right, so it's not really what I really want to do. So let's get rid of this. Pull over orders. All right, and then let's go to like data sources and pull over like okay. All right, and let's pull over people. All right, okay. And let's actually rename that to orders. Okay, orders. I always do this because I hate how it includes everything, and I just think it doesn't really look. It's just not really a good look when you're like using in production, right? So when you can like just try to always make sure your stuff is like clean and you have like just simple like just it's easy to read and clean understand what's going on. All right, so I'm flipping back to 22.4. So let's just like I'm gonna show like a simple like I'm gonna start throwing some columns on there, just so you can see like the how it typically looks, and show you how it looks like now. I know some of you are on different versions. I know previous jobs I was on older versions, so it could be different, but I got a pretty recent version that's still off, so it should fit most of what people's expectation is, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and like add a comment for category. It's something that I definitely suggest people doing. It's just really good to be able to help, especially new people to the data set, to understand what those columns mean, and also what the business user can, so they can understand it as well, so people aren't confused with this, what the actual data means, right? So I'm gonna say, okay, provides the category of the different orders, right? Okay. All right. So if I drag this over to like the rows, so I'm gonna do like this, right? And if I hover over it, it just says provides a category of different orders, right? And naturally, it doesn't tell me it's a comment or anything like that, right? Now I can format it and make it look, I can change how it looks. So for example, which is cool, right? So I could always say like comment. I can do like that, right? To clean it up, which is great. But it doesn't naturally come out like that, right? Okay, so that's one thing, right? So then let's say I wanted to add something like let's say I wanted to have the category, and then I want to also add in like a custom field. So I wanted to take so let's say like let's say like profit. Okay, so let's say sales minus profit, right? So you can take sales and you can do profit. I mean, sales minus discount, something like that, right? All right, so in this situation here, I also want to add a comment. So let me add a comment here. I'm gonna say like provides the sales amount minus the profit. Okay, so I'm doing this, right? I'm gonna drag this over like this, like so. Okay, so I get the same thing, right? I get the comment for both, and right now I don't have any. So like now, so I have a comment, right? So let's say I'm a new user, I have the comment, and I'm moving this. I can see the comment is right now. Let's say if I wanted to like change this to like it's like a quick table calculation, and I want to do like a running total. Let's say I'll do percent of total, right? Something like that, which is not going to necessarily work here because I don't have the right granularity, but that's not the point. So if I hover over this, it just says provides the sales amount minus the profit on the rows, which is not necessarily what you would want to see. So if I'm a user and especially if I'm new and I see there's a table calculation by the delta sign, it's probably more likely that I want to know how this is being calculated. And as you notice here, when I hover over it, I see how it's being calculated on the tooltip for the actual the mark itself. But if I drag it over here to like label and I hover over it, it's still doing this because I have a comment, right? It's still giving me just the comment, not the actual table calculation. Now I believe, let's try this out. I think if I may have to completely remove it, but I think if I kill this, I think if I remove this out, I think I'll get just that. And if not, I'll have to actually try it. I'll have to change it. Let's see. Okay, so now we're not getting anything, right? So let's get rid of this. Let's see if we get it again like that. Okay, so we're gonna have to actually like redo this from scratch. Okay. So let's just redo it and I'll show you what I mean that some of the differences are. Yeah, get rid of it. Okay, so now if I say the same thing again, sales minus discount, right? So I say sales minus discount. It's gonna give me like just the field name. And if I do like this, now I'm gonna get like difference, right? So now it's gonna explain it from that perspective, what the difference is in that calculation, right? Which is cool, but that's not really like what I really want to see. Like it doesn't really, like I don't want to see like I didn't add the comment, but I want to see the comment there. I'd also want to see like how the table calculation is being performed. Like all these things are relevant as far as like just me being able to quickly figure out what's going on with this calculation without having to go to multiple places to do that. So let's look at those same two examples. I'm going to go over and do those over here on the new version of Tableau, right? All right, so let's say we add category, right? So I'm going to say not create, it's default property. So the category of the orders. All right, so I'm going to drag this over again. So in this new version, first off, the font is bigger, which I really like. Just standing out the box, font's bigger. And I'm getting it bolded, saying this comment, right? That's really intuitive. I can quickly see that and it makes sense. Now, let's say we want to also add in that sales minus like that, like discount, right? So sales minus discount. You actually get that. It's actually render discount, right? I'm gonna go ahead and add this comment like we did last time. I'm saying the difference between the sales and the discount. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and drag this over, and we get boom. So we get the comment. We don't get the thing yet, right? The table calculation because I haven't done it yet, but we do get the sales, right? So now if I click on this and I say add table calculation and I do like running total, I get both now. You know what I'm saying? So now you get them broken up, and it's very easy to read. So now when I do that, I can see exactly, okay, what the comment is in the table calculation. And what's really cool is I can drag it to label, and I get that same consistency across the shelves, which was not a thing before, as you can see on the last version. And another thing I want to show you guys is like, you get the same functionality with like filters. So let me show you how that looks too, right? I think that's pretty cool. All right, so let's say we want to add like a filter, right? So we want to go to people, and I want to add in like region, right? So I'm gonna do like a blend here. I mean like a blending of the data source. So I'm gonna say East, right? And I do like this. It tells me like it gives me like like which filter on, which is normal, which is what we expect it to do, right? Now let's say we add in another. We do this again, and we add in another sheet, right? And I want to, well, that's fine. No, like hit it one time. And actually I can do like, I'm going to click on this and I'm going to say all using related data sources. Okay, right. So I get this, which is cool, right? It tells me all the sheets that it's applied to. And it's nice, it's clean, and it makes sense, right? So now if I go to like here and I say comment, the region where the employee works. Okay, the same thing, but I don't get to see my comments. So again, I'm a new person. I see it's being filtered across all the sheets on this workbook that are related to it. But I'm new. I don't know what this comment is. I got to go all the way to here to be able to like read what that is. Well, sorry, you wouldn't do it like that. You would go to like describe to see it right here. So now I know what it means, right? Now I'm going to switch back to the new version and do the same thing, right? So I'm going to click on people, blend it. I'm going to add region, click on East, hit apply, right? Okay. Now again, you see like what is being filtered on. So let's do the same thing. Let's do category. And we're going to actually do this. We're going to all using related data sources. Cool, right? So, and then notice here, it's even more clean. They added automatic spacing. They put certain words in bold. Like they really want to be able to be really intuitive so you really understand what's going on. Now, the cool thing is too, right? How I said you get that consistency across. So I can go here and add a comment and say the region of the employee. and I get that comment, right? So that's really cool. I get this consistency across the different around the different shelves, right? Now I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. I'm gonna kind of go over my thoughts about the actual tool, about the new feature. All right. So one thing I'll say, like I do like the new feature. Some of the things as you play with, you'll notice like some of the tooltips like will change depending on the context. And sometimes it's kind of confusing about why it's not sticking throughout the shelving. But generally speaking, you're getting more than one, like how you would have got on a previous version on there, which is nice. So it is a nice feature. But sometimes it's kind of confusing. And I think sometimes you would expect it to give you like, so like for example, like if I play around with this and like I've added like an LOD on there, and it didn't really give me like details about maybe what the dimensions were, and that kind of makes sense, right? Because someone can use a whole bunch of dimensions, like could add a whole bunch of dimensions to the level of detail calculation, and that could be very overwhelming. So I'm sure this is kind of like a new feature. Maybe they'll play around with it and add or take away from it. But I definitely think if you're a newcomer to the platform, or you're in a new job, you're trying to learn the lingo, learn the database, things like that, I think this is a great way for you to be able to like quickly learn the data set and learn what's going on in the dashboard in a faster manner compared to how it used to be, where you had to like click on different places or hover different places to get context about what's going on. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Again, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe. If there's any content that you like to do, please comment that below, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.